Thank you for listening to the Vincent Valentine Show. This show was broadcasted live on Barcelona City FM at Craft Barcelona. You can tune into the live broadcast at 9 p.m. Central European Time on BarcelonaCityFM.com. Or you can watch the show live here in Barcelona. For tickets, visit coffeeshop.co/events.
You are tuned in to the Vincent Valentine Show on Barcelona City FM, broadcasting live from the heart of Barcelona with the funniest guests and a live studio audience. This is an adult show and may contain strong references to sex and drugs from the start and throughout the show. If you are easily offended, please switch off now. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Vincent Valentine Show.
Wow! We're at Craft Barcelona. This is the first ever live audience show. So we're away from Barcelona City FM and we're now in Craft Barcelona, right next to the town hall. It's going to be a dual show. We're going to have the Vincent Valentine Show first for 1 hour, which is live now to the world, followed by Stand-Up Comedy Live. Got two amazing guests here tonight. One is a really close friend of mine. I've known him for 6 months maybe. Yes, 6 months. He was over here last year. He's called Dave Celestian. He's been a comic for 10 years now, is it, Dave?
10 years, 6 months, 2 weeks, and 2 days.
Really?
Yeah. 10 years of hell.
And where are you from?
Florida. Tampa, St. Pete, Gulfport. Well, I'm from New York, but I've been living in Florida for 40 years.
Oh, so you were actually born in New York?
I was born in New York.
Okay,
Yeah.
so why did you leave New York?
Cold. I was from a city up in upstate New York, and it was a bunch of fat, pale people, and everybody's kind of, backwoods, lake kind of people.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I had to get down to the beach.
To be fair, Florida is a nice state. No,
Florida's cool. Florida's a cool state. It's 900. Well, I got to convert to kilometers. Excuse me, guys. It's 400 kilometers of beaches.
400.
Is that like 900 miles? You guys don't even know what a mile is, do you? What is a mile? Is that something you drink?
It's a British thing, a mile, to be fair.
It's a what?
British. It's like in England, we say
You use miles?
We use miles, yeah.
Okay. Do you guys use metric, or are you doing our stupid system we use?
Same stupid system. You probably got it from the English, to be fair.
That doesn't make any sense at all. It's like we 12 inches in a foot, 36 inches in a yard, 204. It's all weird numbers.
Well, it's like being English. You revert to your penis size as an inch.
Vinny goes back to penises. He always
No,
goes
no,
to
no,
penises.
no, no,
Something
but
happened
it's
when he was a kid, guys, and we're going to get to the bottom of it by the end of the show.
But no, we say like
No pun intended. To the bottom of it.
inches for penises, and everywhere else in the world does centimeters. So when someone asks me how big I am, and I go like 4 inches or whatever, you have to try and work it out.
Why are you with him? 4 inches. Is that
4
wide?
inches.
Or what?
Well, you need to have a good tongue.
I don't need to talk about your penis anymore. We can move on to something else.
So 10 years ago, you got into stand-up. How did you get into stand-up in the first place?
I've had people telling me to do it my whole life. When I was 8 years old, I got my first kiss. This girl kissed me on the cheek when I was 8. The next day in class, the teacher was talking, and some fat kid said something funny, and the whole class laughed, and the girl that kissed me laughed, and she liked him, and she never talked to me again. I'm like, oh, so I got to get fat, and I'll get chicks. No, I just decided I got to be funny, and that's, so I started focusing on that, and but I didn't have the guts to do it, to really go up and do stand-up at an open mic until 38 years old. I wish I started earlier, but I was getting my degree in engineering, which I threw in the dumpster 5 years ago. Thank you, University of Florida, $40,000 in debt. Don't go to college. If you're going to college, punch your teacher or something. Just get out. It's easy. That's the easy way out. Just hit your teacher. Don't try to fail.
Right, our second guest tonight is Simon Jordan.
Good evening.
Where are you from, Simon?
I don't know, my mother wouldn't tell me.
Okay, so you don't know who your father is?
What, you calling me a bastard?
Kind of, yeah.
Right, well, this is going well, isn't it, Vinny? You've insulted your second guest, and it's only the first 5 minutes. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Right.
So you don't know who your father is?
Now, of course I know who my father is.
So you're not a bastard?
He's the Lord Leo Minster of York. Very, very famous lord, and there's lots of lands.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Nice. So how long have you been doing comedy?
Some people would say I haven't actually started yet.
Okay. Well, you'll see after the show. You're going to do a bit of stand-up tonight, aren't you?
Oh, fuck, am I?
Yeah, you are.
Oh, is that what all those messages were about? Yes, I shall attempt a few narcissistic jokes. Yes.
Super good. So you're from England.
I'm from North London, Muswell Hill, mate.
Okay.
Muswell Hill. Born in Finsbury Park, opposite the Arsenal ground, the old Arsenal ground.
Okay.
That's why I'm a Tottenham fan.
Oh, cool. Well,
Yeah.
you came second this year, didn't you?
I don't know, I don't like football.
Okay.
Don't do it.
Why don't you like football? Is it because of your sexuality?
Because there's no women in it.
Women? I thought you were gay, mate.
That's the very big mistake that a lot of you guys make.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you straight?
But I'm pulling all the girls up in your wake.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've known you for a year now, and
No,
I
do you
really
know what
thought
it
you were gay.
I know.
Sorry.
Do you know what it is, mate? It's that I grew up in the 80s. That's what it is. I just sort of got into all makeup and hair and Bowie and ambiguity, sexually ambiguous. Yeah.
We're the same age, him and I.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we're both old. 48.
You're both 48?
48,
Yeah.
same age. Yeah.
Dave, I would say definitely
Before
yes to
and
you.
after.
My girlfriend's here. She thinks I'm 32.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry. We're just kidding. He's dog years. Divide by 2,
Dog
add
years.
7.
So, Dave, I remember there's something
112.
different from you from last year.
What's that?
I can't put my finger on it. Is
Yeah,
it a gingerness?
No, I got laid.
Really?
Yeah.
No, you finally got laid.
Oh, wow. Yes,
Yeah.
big round of applause for
How long did I
Corky.
go? I went.
What was his name?
Steve?
Brilliant.
I went. How long did I go? This is the longest I've gone without sex. I went a year and 3 months. 15 months, guys. That's 400 days of
Not getting laid.
you know.
Wanking, basically.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, brilliant.
So you actually, when did you actually get laid? Because
She's probably listening right now, so I don't really need to go into specifics about. When? I don't know. It was recent. It was.
so after 15 months of not getting laid, did she swallow or did you go in the
Oh,
chest?
God.
Did you? Where did you?
I'm gonna get
Where did you shoot?
I'm gonna get some hate Facebook messages now. I shouldn't have told anybody about this radio show.
Did she gag? I mean, so she's like,
Did she
Gag
gag?
on all
Yeah.
your 2 inches.
did you 15 months of like
Of built
testosterone?
up. It didn't build up for 15 months. I don't know. Getting laid to me isn't all what it used to be. When I was 16 or whatever, I got laid at 26, okay? I'm going to be honest. When I was like 17, 18 and I got laid, it was very exciting. And then after thousands and thousands of times of getting laid, it's like riding a bike. You know? It's like riding a tricycle when you're 40. It's just not fun anymore, you know? Or a skateboard when you're 60. You get
And you
There's
look
other
stupid.
things besides sex is what I'm saying to you guys, all right? So get out there and live and just stop fucking, okay?
And stop riding skateboards if you're over 40. Okay, just stop it. That's just not allowed, is it?
Well, I'm 35 and I skate.
You've got 5 years left, mate.
Oh no,
That's why he dyes his beard, so
Start
he
learning
looks
to
like
ride
a
a
young
bike.
guy still skating.
I don't dye my beard. This is natural.
There's an old man on a skateboard, Grandma. Look at him.
And he's dyed his
He
beard.
can't be old. He's got a black beard.
Oh,
But
God.
look at his hair. It doesn't match his beard.
He's a narcissist.
I dyed mine, too. Don't feel bad. This is not the real color.
I
This is
dye my
dyed.
pubes grey.
But my hair is not gray. If you notice my hair the same age as you, no gray.
No grey.
What's up with that?
That is ginger, guys.
That's not dyed. This is normal.
Is that ginger?
Is that red hair? It's not red, right?
Does
No.
that look?
He wants everybody to be ginger for some reason.
Okay,
You got a
show me your
weird-
pubes.
Show my pubes?
Yeah.
No, I
Get your
shave
pubes.
them. I don't have any.
Okay.
I've been shaving there's no hair in my body. There's nothing. except
You
for my
haven't
arms.
got laid in 15 months, and yet you still shave your pubes.
Just so it looks big, whatever. Let's just not get into that. Let's just not.
What, your one testicle?
My one testicle. Just trying to, work with what I got, okay? And just keep
No,
the bushes down and the trees look bigger is what I'm saying, okay?
Can't argue with that.
Just don't cut the grass.
Very good horticultural advice there from Corky.
Yeah, you
So-
should. Corky.
Simon,
Yes?
now that we clarified you're not actually gay,
No?
why do you act gay?
Can you take your hand off my knee, Simon?
Sorry, can you take your finger out my arse?
Okay.
I'm happy to. I'm not gay. No, I'm not gay, mate. No. You see, this is just a very complex alter ego of mine. I don't know. I just funny people are gay. Gay people are funny. I don't know. I just don't have a problem with it. I don't give my. I guess my sexuality, my alpha maleness is so high in me that I don't mind playing with it, if you like.
Ah.
Yeah, I don't mind if people, you know what, a lot of girls come up to me because they think I'm gay, and then as I'm banging them in the back of the arse, right, they turn around to me and go, I really thought you were gay, I did. That's right. That happens every Friday night.
Every Friday.
Yeah.
So you love anal?
Not receiving it, no.
Okay.
If that was an invitation, Vinny, you really need to brush up on your NLP, mate.
Okay, I've heated my arsehole anyway, ready for you, just
Brilliant.
in case. Awesome times.
It's nice to know that.
Anyway, you had a girlfriend. Was she an escort or something like that?
Oh no, you heard that one, did
Yeah.
you? Yeah. No, I used to go out with a Venezuelan girl. Any Venezuelans in tonight? Yes, brilliant. Venezuelans are very strange people because they've actually got Venus in the name. If you've ever seen that, if you've ever thought about it, it's Venezuelans. It's a made-up name.
Okay.
Roman god of anal, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. And no, so I was going out with this girl. I met her at row 14. Never meet girls at row 14 and expect it to last. And one day I was doing some work for a client and I had to trawl prostitute pages, research.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it was actually valid research. I was being paid for it. And all of a sudden popped up this picture of my girlfriend actually selling her ass on this site. She's literally pushing her ass to the camera and looking back and going, "Come on, boys." And she came home that night and I fucked her up the arse, which we'd never done before, and then said, "Get out of my house. You're a prostitute."
So you were dating this hooker, basically,
But she'd never told me.
and the speciality was anal.
She'd never told me. That was the thing. She hadn't actually told me.
Did you go for a test or anything afterwards?
What for? What, an eye test?
Well, you know the PP test that you have to do. Basically, do you have AIDS?
I don't think I'm going to answer that question. I don't believe it needs to be answered. Of
Can I
course
move
I've
my
got
chair to the
fucking
left a little
AIDS.
bit, Vinny? Can I just get over to the left?
It's not contagious.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's right. Well, it
Just
is.
bite him.
Get your AIDS off me. Jesus.
No, of course not, mate. No, condoms. You know, jackets, raincoats.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome times. Last year, I kind of remember with you, Dave. We had a few crazy nights, and
Yep.
I was shocked once because I think you had a bit of a drug problem, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. Well, I've had my issues with drugs, yeah.
Yeah?
I used to get into, my biggest thing was ecstasy. I did 15 pills one night, so I've had...
Ouch.
Some guy gave me a bag of ecstasy for cheap, $100, and it was like 250 pills broken up in the bottom. He was a drug dealer, and he gave them to me, and one night I stuck a spoon in it, and I ate it, and it was probably about, I estimated this, it was a teaspoon, and it was kind of mounted, so I estimated 7 or 8, and then I did it again at 6 in the morning, another teaspoon of it, and the second teaspoon I did it, I just went to sleep, and I woke up, and my girlfriend was beside me at like 1 in the afternoon, and she looked like very weird, like her face was all like distorted and stuff, and I said, maybe these aren't a good thing to do, that many of. And
You're lucky to be alive, to be fair.
I was getting very depressed from doing so much ecstasy. I don't have any serotonin in my body anymore. So
Really?
And not getting
you'll
laid
rarely
as
see me
well.
smile, folks. Does anybody have any pills?
You need some.
Anything. I'll do anything for a pill. No, not
You
anything.
do anything.
Not anything for a pill.
Yeah, careful what you say.
So you've flown for you've been awake for 48 hours, haven't you? You literally just arrived
I've been
today.
awake for almost 48 hours. I took a flight from Florida, and it was
What, did one of the bags burst in your
three
stomach?
different. Can you turn his mic off? No, I'm just kidding. It was 3 different legs, and I had layovers and everything, and it ended up being like 20 hours of flying instead of taking a direct flight, which would have been about 10 hours. But I saved $17, so I figured 10 hours, $17. Yeah, that's good. It's $1.70 an hour, I think.
That's a false
That's
economy,
smart.
mate.
That's smart.
So how are you feeling now? Are you a bit
I don't even feel like I'm here. My brain is just, I'm out in space right now.
Okay. But you do need drugs.
I could go for some cocaine. If anybody has,
Ask somebody.
Do you guys do that here? We do it in America. It's the white fluffy stuff.
That's that guy there. He looks super dodgy.
He's the nervous guy
The nervous guy
with the
looking
bulging
around.
pocket. The nervous guy with the bulging pocket. Yeah, I've done my share of drugs, and I kind of stopped doing drugs except for kratom. I take kratom.
What is kratom?
Has anybody heard of kratom out there? Nobody's heard of it. No,
Kratom and Eve.
no, it's Kratom. Kratom. It's a leaf from Malaysia, and it simulates a
Anal prolapse.
No, it simulates an opiate, so it acts like an OxyContin, but it's a natural thing, and it attaches to the opioid receptor in the body, so it gives you a high. That's if you're not doing it every day like I am. The high goes away. Yeah, there's no more high now. Now I just got to try to keep the lows away by taking it. So I got to stop taking.
You're just taking it to not kill yourself, basically.
It's really good if you do it like I started doing it with comedy because it gives you this euphoria, and when you're doing shows, it puts you up in just a happy mood, but it's natural. But I started doing it more and more, and now I'm doing it every day for years now. So
Jesus.
So you need.
I got some issues, guys, with addiction.
Is it legal?
That's what I'm saying. I got some issues.
Is it legal?
Yeah, kratom. Yeah, kratom's legal. It's legal in Spain too. It's legal here.
But it's illegal.
I'm gonna get all of Spain hooked on kratom. Then I'm gonna leave, go back to the U.S.
Oh, brilliant.
I took Florida already with kratom.
So Simon, how long have you been in Barcelona for?
Yes, Vincent. I believe I've been here now for something like 22 years.
Wow. Habla español?
¿Qué?
What'd you say?
Perdóname, pero no hablo muy bien castellano. No, hablo perfectamente castellano, hijo de puta, hijo de merda, me cago en tus muertos.
Ole, ole.
Yeah. You know you can speak a language when you can insult well in it.
But you've not lost your accent.
What, my North London accent?
Yeah.
I've never been so offended in all my bloody life. I thought I had the perfect bloody neutral Madrid accent. Jesus Christ. 22 years and I haven't lost my accent. I don't know. You never do lose your accent. At least I don't, hablo castellano like this sort of thing. Like, know what I mean? Oi, más lager. Kind of way that some of my friends speak Spanish.
Cool. So, Corky, you came here today.
What's a wanker, by the way? Sorry.
I don't know. That's Vinny.
What is a wanker?
Vinny, that's a wanker, mate.
What's a wanker?
Yeah, explain exactly what a wanker is.
Chronic masturbator.
Be honest here.
Okay, when a man loves a woman.
When a man loves
Can you turn his mic on?
He bends her over.
Okay, so I'm not going to get the straight answer from Vinny. All right,
Okay.
next topic.
No. Could you explain what a wanker is, sir?
Yeah. Rudy. See? That's what a wanker
Rudy is a wanker?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
No, a chronic masturbator.
That's what a wanker is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, didn't you not know that?
Well, I've heard of you bloody wanker, something like that.
You
I'm like,
fucking wanker.
I don't know what that means. Okay,
wow,
now I
so
know.
you've been called that your whole life, but you never actually knew what they were saying to you. Brilliant.
Okay, apparently I'm a ginger, so I have been attacked in school being a ginger. And I don't understand why they attacked me.
So you admit you were a ginger?
When I was younger, I had red hair, and everybody laughed at me and beat me up and belittled me. And I'm like, why are you guys picking on me when there's only 4 of us in the fucking school?
Because nobody
beat up
likes
the
a ginger.
black-haired kids and the blonde-haired kids, not the kids that are going to cure cancer and build bridges.
Ginger people
Leave me alone with my Rubik's Cube, you fuckers.
Or get people hooked onto weird Malaysian leaf drugs.
You touched a nerve there, sorry. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I remember that one time as well. You were on Kratom, Dave. We were out drinking.
I'm not this bad of a drug, you guys. It's not this bad.
Oh, he is. He is.
Needle mark still there? No.
I'm surprised you got through customs, to be fair.
I did bring kratom on the plane, too. I was going to bring some mushroom chocolates, but I'm thinking I can't bring this much illegal drugs on the plane.
Do you remember last year when we were all out drinking, you did a shit ton of Kratom and you left your bike like miles away?
Yeah, we walked somewhere. You said we're going to walk 4 blocks, and we walked like 7 kilometers.
Exactly, yeah, but we were drunk. And then
every night I'm with you, we're drunk. I can't hang out with you anymore. This is a new leaf, except for tonight, this beer. I can't hang out with you because every night I hang out with you, 3 days later I'm still feeling like shit.
It's normal. That's getting old.
Don't hang around this guy Vinny because he likes to get people. What do you call it? Fucked.
Wankered.
He just likes people to be in pain and drunk, and he laughs at it.
And I film it.
I was throwing up on stage, and he's laughing at me. Literally, I threw up on stage at a show, and he's going, "Ha! See, I got him! Ha! Look at Ha! Look at Ha!" He kicked me on the ground and stuff.
That was a good time. Because
you're one of those guys that beat me up in school. It's guys like you with black hair, big. You just want to.
I'm the least bullying person.
Yeah, you're an MMA fighter. You said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't lie to the crowd. Vinny.
But no. The drinking games, what we used to do last year, it got us into a bit of trouble, didn't it?
I don't remember.
Well, Rudy,
what trouble did you get?
Co-host, we used to do Pumpage Late Night Comedy, and one of the stand-up routines for you was to have a drinking competition with me.
Yeah.
Which resulted in you vomiting 3 times.
The night before I vomited, I was vomiting at home because I drank some bad water or something, beer, water. I was at a bar and I drank something, and I was throwing up that night like In the morning, I woke up and I was still throwing up. And then I went to do a show with Vinny. And I go on stage, and Vinny brings out 2 pints. And I'm like, no, Vinny, I can't. I've been puking all night. Dave, we're going to do it. So we race. I beat him, as usual. And then I made the mistake of setting my beer on the ground, the finished beer. I set it on the ground, and when I set it on the ground, it came up. I threw up, and now everybody loves me.
Well, I remember the vomit was actually, I think it had blood in it.
No, it was just beer, because it just went down and went back out again. You could have drank it again. It was just beer.
We do have videos somewhere.
I deleted everything I could.
Okay. But that repeated for 3 weeks, isn't it? Because every week I wanted to beat you.
Apparently, people like watching me throw up because they got more crowded and crowded when I throw up. I guess people like.
Well, I
watching
figured out the key to beating you.
What's that?
Because when you throw up, I win. Is that you're used to having the canyas, which is like the half pints, but I'd bring the
You bring the big ones, yeah. I'm
I
not
bring
used
the
to
double.
this. Yeah, I know.
And your little ginger belly couldn't handle it.
Ginger belly.
So
Yeah, no, you beat me when I threw up that time. I'll give you
good.
that one. We'll
So-
race again tonight after this. Fuck it.
Yeah, we'll do it later.
Yeah, why not? I'll beat you again.
Just this is a carpet, so if you're gonna throw up,
I'll throw up out here.
yeah.
Nobody
please do.
sit in the front row, please.
So Simon, you born in London.
Yes.
What was one of your first jobs?
One of my first jobs was, oh, yeah. I used to put those cards for prostitutes in telephone boxes. I don't know if you've ever been to London and you walk into the centre of London, the telephone box is just full of all these, prostitute cards. And I used to go around London. I was at college, and that's how I made my money. But I wasn't always paid in money.
You actually got sex
Yeah,
to work.
yeah.
So you're a
Slut.
Is that the best you
What
can
we
do?
call in America, we call it a slut. What do you call it in England? A wanker?
Slapper. Slag.
That's crazy.
It was crazy, and it was great fun. And we always used to do it on bikes. There was about 5 of us around London doing all the prozzies in London.
Right, I'm surprised this was your first job, so you must have been about 10 or 11.
That's right.
Jesus.
Well, no, before that I worked down a mine, of course. No, my first job was a paper boy. I was a paper boy, wasn't I?
Okay.
No, when I was 19, I was playing in a funk band, which wasn't making me any damn money. I was at college and I needed to make some money, and I got money from doing this. One day I was in a phone box and this guy walked in and I'm on the phone, because that's when you used to make phone calls from a phone box, right?
Back in the 70s.
Back in the 70s. And this guy just came in behind me. He just went chunk, 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 chunk with all the cards. And I went, sorry, mate. The person I was talking to, I went, hang on, mate. I'll call you back. And I called the guy. I got the guy and I went, dude, what the hell are you doing? And do you get paid for that? He went, yeah. I want to do it too. He gave me a telephone number. I rang it and I started the next day. And I did that for about a year and a half, until one time I was in Baker Street decorating a phone box. And when I came out, there was 2 police people waiting for me. Officers, I think, were supposed to refer them to. And chink, chink, and off I went. And I was up before the beak 2 days later.
How old were you?
19.
19.
But it is actually illegal, isn't it? It's like...
Yeah, fuck it.
But now there's a...
I was prosecuted by fucking British Telecom. That's who prosecuted me. Yeah, it wasn't the police.
Okay.
It was British Telecom. It was vandalism. They got me on the vandalism.
I thought it was
thing.
because you were like promoting illegal prostitution.
No, that's actually that's okay. No, it's vandalism.
Dave, do you know what a phone box is?
Vinny, you have some great guests on your shows. You have a drug addict and a convict
I like to call
and
it
a slut with AIDS.
I like
this
to
is
call
good.
it,
What's next week? A
I like to
homeless
call
guy
it
and a stripper.
entertainment PR.
Yeah, it is going to be a homeless guy, actually.
A dead body and a
That
homeless.
might be you by next week, actually, Corky.
Yeah, I know.
Come back on the show. So
With how much money I spent today trying to get around in taxis, and I didn't know they charge you 50 euros to go from the airport to over here, which is
That's bullshit, by the way. It's a
Yeah.
fixed price.
Yeah.
no, it was
You just got done, mate.
50.
You've been ripped
You
off.
just got done.
I got ripped off.
Do you know
Okay.
that? Do you know
Probably
what?
because I'm a ginger
Probably, mate. Yeah. And American.
wanker.
So, 10 years of stand-up.
10 years.
Have you ever bombed?
I think I've been on stage like 1,800 times, and I think I've bombed about 1,000 times. 1,000. I've had 1,000 bombs where I've had people say, kill the comedian. I've had people throw beer bottles. I had my car stolen one time. I forgot how to speak English. I forgot how to speak
English.
I forgot how to speak at a. No, I mean I was doing a show in front of. It was a colored group.
That will be that Malaysian leaf shit you're sucking.
Can I say colored? How do you say black here? How do people say black here? Black.
Black.
It was like 230 black people, and I was doing my set, and I forgot my punchline, and then I forgot what I was going to say, and I couldn't speak anymore. I was like, bloop, and I looked at my beer, and my beer saved me. I said, drink beer, and then I started speaking again.
And then they liked you afterwards, yeah?
I think I've never been so humiliated from doing anything than stand-up comedy. Really? Stand-up comedy, if you want to keep your ego and your humility and all that, don't do this, stand-up comedy. Radio is a different thing, but stand-up, when you're up here alone and nobody's laughing, it's not pleasant. People actually hate you. They hate you because you're... Get off! They're not laughing and they hate you. They're like, kill him! I'm like, I'm just trying to make you guys laugh and make you happier. Kill the comedian! Bastard! Is there an exit? Yeah.
Yeah, you're right behind it.
It's
but no, you were
task.
doing a gig recently, weren't you? And you said it was a pretty big one, but did that one bomb?
Oh, recently?
Yeah.
Oh, Sunday. Yeah, I bombed on Sunday too.
How many people?
It was a graduation party for a 22-year-old girl, and it was all of her relatives there. I got $450 for 30 minutes, and nobody laughed except maybe about 45 seconds out of the 30 minutes. They were all up. Everybody was uptight. They were all uptight. Nobody was drinking. They all just got there, and they threw me up, and they said, be funny. And I tried to do I did my best joke first. I did my possum joke. Can I do my possum joke for you guys?
Go on then. Yeah.
Okay. I'll try to do it as natural as possible.
Did
Hold on.
anyone actually
Let me
say
get
yes?
I'm going to get into character. Hold on. So I was driving today, and I saw a dead possum. Do you guys know what a possum is? All right, because I might have to change it to something, armadillo or something over here. I don't know what you guys have. Do you have possums here? What do you have on the side of the road that people run over?
Rabbits.
A what? Badgers? Okay, so I was driving, and I saw a dead badger on the side of the road. And what really bothered me is there's 3 little baby badgers looking at the dead badger mother when I was driving by, and the babies were like this big, and I'm an animal lover, and I felt bad. And I was driving away, and I'm like, the babies are not going to survive, and their mother's dead. So I turned around, went back, and I drove over the babies to try to save the babies. But
That's the only humane thing to do.
you guys can laugh. That's the funny part. And then
That was a joke.
But I only got 2 of them, though. The third one went behind a tree, so I got my golf club out, and I beat it and killed it.
Yeah.
And then I got in my car, and the mother got up. She was just feeding them.
Brilliant.
So I felt bad, so I ran over her, too, because she had no babies. And it was just... So I did that joke, and nobody laughed. And I'm like, really?
Really? I can't
Nobody?
think why,
Nobody?
Dave?
That's normal, to be fair.
Let me take advice from the 3-month comedian over here. There we go.
Right, we are going to take a little 2-minute break, but by then we've got actually our first song for the night, and it's a guy called Huw Joseph. He's a pro comic from Australia. He's currently in London. He works for a big radio station, which I can't name, but he's going to be my guest, hopefully in a few months over here.
Nice.
And he's just released a new comedy track. He sent it over to me, and I'm going to play it for the first time.
There's so much hardship on this planet. People are starving. There's civil wars. There's human atrocities. But what about the rich people in first world countries that wake up feeling a little bit shitty sometimes and don't know why? No one thinks about them until now. She was upper class, young, living the life. Everything was going wrong, obviously. Cause she woke up feeling mad today, not sure what's going on. The toaster broke, so she's grilling her bread. Can't believe it takes so long. She gives up and decides instead, I'm gonna eat some Valium. Her parents worked hard to give her lots, and now she reaps the benefits. But sometimes that's too hard to see, and she just wants to crack the shit. I think that someone needs a Wambulance, the emergency service when you need a bit of a cry. I think that someone needs a Wambulance, cause first world problems get too much sometimes. She called for rescue but got bad news. They said, I'm sorry, we can't help. No, we can't, she said, but I'm having a really shitty day. There must be someone else. You know she's got tough life decisions. seas or the country estate. I just don't know. She can't find a bag to match her dress, and her boyfriend's 10 minutes late. All these stresses accumulate, there's only so much she can take. Her friends tell her everything will be fine, it's just a passing phase. But she's too mad to go to Pilates, she just can't concentrate. I think that someone needs a Wambulance. I'll get a soy latte, please. What do you mean you don't have soy milk? I think that someone needs a Wambulance. So I've got to have espresso. It's the worst day of my life. And when they picked her up, she said, can you stop at the drive-thru, please, guys? She wants to get an unhappy meal with extra large cries. Cries. Man, I totally get it. I mean, sure, there's people out there in third world countries struggling to survive, blah, blah, blah. But what about me? What about when I'm going to meet someone for food at a restaurant, but I can't find the place because my internet's not connecting, so my Google Maps aren't working? I'm walking around in circles. I'm starving. I haven't eaten since my afternoon snack. Now I'm really hungry. That's hell. That's real pain. She needs a Wambulance, 'cause she feels sorry for herself. Oh, there's a bigger picture here. She had put it on the shelf. She needs a Wambulance. She is moderately sad. So fuck the rest of the world, 'cause all their problems are this bad.
Not a bad track, is it? Wambulance, it's called, by Huw Joseph. Have a look on SoundCloud. It's called Wambulance.
Wambulance?
Yeah.
What, is that like an ambulance for Wham fans?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I'm going to ask him that question when it's over next.
Maybe it's like Andrew Ridgeley sort of support unit.
You
Emergency support unit.
I have no idea what you're talking about right now.
Brilliant.
Neither does he.
No, I do, in actual fact.
Right. I've been doing this is our 6th show.
Yeah.
And last week we reached the top 50
Of what?
in the SoundCloud chart for New and Hot, which is massive because it's massive podcasts out there.
Is it?
We got there for one day only.
One day?
Reached 16,000 listens in the first day.
That's good.
That's crazy. And that was one of the biggest shows. And it was the last show we did at the radio station. So hopefully we might be able to beat this tonight.
We'll have 20 people after today with him.
Maybe.
Yeah, all my family's listening to this.
That's all we got.
Oh,
So we're sure to get into the top at least.
top.
I have 2 listeners.
Top 50,000.
I have 2 listeners from the U.S., my sister and Matt and Kate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to them. Are they watching
They
it
love
through
you,
the-
man. Matt said hi to you, by the way.
Ah, cool. Hi, Matt.
Yeah. Hi, Matt.
Is he listening to it live on the website or is he watching it on the YouTube?
He's listening to the website
Ah, okay.
from work.
Nice.
Get to work.
Get to work.
My brother's scooter
Honky.
company.
Right, events this week in Barcelona. There's quite a few of them.
Yes.
The first one on Saturday, there's a bit of a speed dating going on. It's at Las Cuevas.
For what ages?
It's 20 to 35, and we're looking for more vagina.
Pardon?
We're looking for more vagina because
So am I, actually.
Because we've got too many guys right now. We've got 15 guys.
Yeah, you
and
can't have
8
speed dating with all men. It doesn't
Exactly.
work
That's
that well.
just a sausage fest.
Basically, we need about 7 or 8 more females. It's free of charge for women. So just-
Females? Did you actually just say females?
well, I can say females or vagina. What do you prefer?
Vagina always.
Okay. So that's at Las Cuevas this Saturday at 5:30.
Brilliant.
To find out more about that event, go to pombridge.co/events. On Saturday as well, there's
Yes.
2 other events. You've got the Barcelona Improv Group by No 11, who's actually going to be my guest next week.
Right.
That starts at 8:30 at Tinta Roja. I highly recommend it. But it clashes with your event.
My event, our event.
Okay, and it's explain about what you're going to do on Saturday.
So on Saturday, well, I've been doing this thing. I've been collaborating with a second-hand record shop called Discos Edisons in Riera Baixa, número 10, number 10 that is, if you don't speak Spanish. And what we do, she's got, my friend Elizabeth, she's here tonight. Say hello, Elizabeth. No, that's a wave. We can't hear that on
Hi,
radio.
Elizabeth.
And she's got the most incredible second-hand record shop. It's got like 250,000 records in it. And we do auctions around Barcelona of selections of 7-inch discs. And we give a little bit of...
Don't say dick, Vinny. Don't say
Don't
dick.
say dick,
Don't say
Vinny.
it.
Vinny, don't say dick.
Just for once.
And it's great fun.
it's
It's really
fun.
great fun, and you get to find out some fun facts and rock and roll trivia. Hoo-hoo!
So you actually do. You're the host, aren't you?
I am the subastero.
Okay. Do you do comedy as well while you're up there?
God no, it's a very serious event.
Super serious.
Super
What
serious.
is a subastero?
An auctioneer.
I need to learn Spanish.
You
Can somebody
really do,
teach me
mate.
Spanish?
He's speaking English
I
right
can
now.
count to 5 right now. Can
I'm
somebody?
speaking English. Auctioneer, mate. That's fucking English.
Yeah,
that was
you
English.
know what an auctioneer is?
Can somebody teach me English? I need to learn English.
Actually, I can, mate. Yeah.
Oh.
Actually, right. And so, yes, that's what we do. It's all good fun, and we're going to be doing it in Bar 134 in Torrent de Loya in Gracia. Kick off at 8 o'clock, 8:30.
Exactly.
It's my,
And
you know.
Isn't
following-
it called Gracia with a TH?
Gracia.
Gracia? Oh, Gracia?
Well,
Okay.
it depends, really.
On Sunday, we have Burn It Down Barcelona, which is a pretty new
Well, that's after we've been to church, right?
after church.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that starts at 6 o'clock at El Foro. And it's on for 2 hours. It's got live music and open mic comedy. So we might see you guys there.
Great, another open
Doubt
mic.
it.
I can't wait.
Another open mic.
Doubt
It's
it,
gonna be
mate.
great. To find more information about these events, if you go to pumpage.co/comedy events, and you're going to see what we're talking about right here with the addresses, the prices, location, everything you need to know.
Dude, do you know how to say pumpage in Italian?
Pompaje.
Pompaggio.
What does that actually mean then?
Pompaggio. It actually means to pump something. It's like, actually, it's the word, it's Italian for firemen.
Fireman.
Yeah. Pompaggio. Pompaggio.
So my company is called
Basically
Fireman.
called gay fireman. Yeah.
Okay. I thought it meant something else. Sorry.
Yeah, well, you should have hired a reputable marketing and advertising public relations company like
That's
mine.
my day job. So, Dave,
Yes, sir.
since you've been away, you've been a bit busy. Apart from bombing in comedy,
And getting
which you're
laid.
not going to do, and not getting laid,
I bomb all over the world with comedy and women.
you were on a travel channel.
Yeah, the Travel Channel. Yeah, they came.
Well, tell us.
Really?
I did a show called Big Time RV, and it's basically, it's really stupid. Sorry, Travel Channel, but it's really stupid. They follow people buying RVs at a big RV store. You guys know what RVs are,
We
right?
know idea what an RV is.
Rectal vibrator.
You guys, does anybody here know what an RV is? No?
Yeah, rectal vibrator.
It's a recreational vehicle, a trailer that you live in, a house. What do you call them here?
Trash wagon.
Okay, what do you call them here? Camper. Okay, so
Oh,
very
camper van.
very nice campers, like $700,000 campers. Okay, granite countertops. They follow you there buying one, which I'm not buying, and supposedly I was doing it for my nationwide comedy tour, and then they came to my my comedy show and filmed me. So all the camera guys were there for the Travel Channel.
So they saw you perform stand-up.
Yeah, they filmed me perform stand-up, and they all ran out.
Okay. And they interviewed you.
And
yeah?
I have no desire to be on TV, actually. I don't respect TV because it's all garbage, and there's too many channels.
Yeah, but in Travel Channel's quite a...
They suck, too.
No, it's quite a good one. It's Man vs. Food is on that channel,
They're
right?
probably listening right now. They're going to cut my episode, but sorry, channel. Fuck you.
Get rid of that ginger bastard.
There it is. See what I said?
You got
About-
me.
I told him earlier about saying
That was you,
word-
Can't say
Simon.
it now.
That was you.
I told
that was you, dude.
this is what I told him earlier, you guys. He was saying that word, trying to get it out of his system. And I said, if you say that word, it's going to be in your head, and you're going to
I
say
know.
it.
not
No,
gonna
it's
be
that
in
he's
trouble.
having so much fun. He's being so authentic. He's so natural that it just came out.
Yeah, no. If you
That's the
like,
right
if you
way
guys
to go
if you
about
guys
it.
say a word over and over, you're going to say it again because you said it. It's in your head. So if you think something, you'll say it. If you say something, you'll say it again. So
Vagina.
Yeah, you got-
vagina,
Stop it.
vagina.
Stop it. Because I'm going to end up saying that word again, which is not good. I'm going to get fired from the air.
No, you're not.
I learned that
No,
from
you're
stand-up to not say certain words at all.
But
I
it
don't
makes
know.
you want to say it, though.
Yes,
That's
it
the trouble.
does.
It's
Yeah,
like,
I don't say the N word, the C word, the L word, the W word, the R word, and the F word, and the N word. And I'm just kidding. I just
Do you know what always happens to
The
me?
whole, like-
Do you know what always happens to me? I get confused in Spanish between pollo and polla. Pollo is chicken and polla is cock, right? So I used to always get this wrong. So when I'm in a restaurant giving my order to the waiter, I used to go pollo, 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 pollo. You stick it, quiere? Quiero la polla. And it just used to come out like that.
want a
Like
cock?
the whole rest. Yeah, I want cock.
That's about right, though, isn't it? Because you do like cock.
Can I have cock with yellow rice, please?
Dude, Vinny, can I just say something, mate?
Go
can
on.
I just say something, right? Okay. For a Mancunian arsehole, right, you've got a very small face. Right?
He does have the biggest head in the world, though. Look at how
Biggest
big-
head in the world, but his arsehole is literally the eye of a needle.
It's like a basketball with eyes and hair.
Excellent.
I'm as tight as a baby's anus.
That's right. If you put broken glass up there, right, it comes out like diamonds in 20 seconds.
Vinny does have a big head, though.
That is what Rudy told me anyway.
That's probably why you're good at MMA, though, because somebody has to hit you like 60 times to do anything.
I don't remember much. to
What's
be fair.
MMA? What's MMA?
It's
Mutual Masturbation Association.
No, it's like UFC fighting, cage fighting. He's a cage fighter.
What, so mutually masturbating each other in a cage?
basically,
And
yeah.
then fighting each other.
Vinny's going to beat you up one day.
No, I won't beat you up. I'm a friendly person.
He's a lovely fella.
No, Vinny
Twat.
is a friendly guy.
Right. We've talked about porn before that. You actually
Porn, my favourite
your
word.
first job was which you got arrested for. But you worked in the porn industry as well, didn't you?
I was let off for having a massive cock, though.
Okay.
Yeah. The judge passed sentence and said, "You have such a massive slog that I let you off with just a spank on the bottom."
And then he rimmed you.
No, she.
Oh, okay.
It was a lady QC.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I used to work in porn.
Elaborate.
Well, actually, I still do.
Porn was different, though, when we grew up. Like, when you and I were growing up, there was no videos. It was
No.
It was magazines out in the fort.
That's right. You have to go to the back of the woods behind your house.
I would put magazines out in the fort, and then it would rain, and I would go out there to take care of business, and I would open the magazine, and, like, it would be all ripping apart, and I would see, like, a Joe Camel head with a lady's breast from another page.
Oh, man.
And like a nipple, and I would have to beat off to a camel face with a breast, a left nipple.
Dave, I really think you should go back to your therapy, mate.
Yeah, I need to go back. Is there any
Really.
shrinks here in
Up
Barcelona?
your medication dosage.
Do you guys go to shrinks here?
Of course they do. Everyone goes to shrinks.
Do you?
Of course they do.
Okay.
No one's going to admit it, but they all do.
I need one for camels. I have an issue with camels.
Camels.
Yeah.
What, camel toe or just camels?
No, it was Joe Camel, the cigarette.
Oh, right.
It was like an ad for Joe Camel, and it had like the pages ripped
Yeah.
apart and a lady's nipple with a camel head. So I was
Right.
beating off to a camel's head with a lady's body, basically. It's kind of
As I-
weird. It's weird.
I will
Kinda weird.
direct the right honourable gentleman, back to my previous comment. Go back to your shrink, mate,
Yeah, I got to go to the shrink again.
and up your dosage.
Up my dosage.
So, Simon.
Yes, mate.
You worked in porn.
I
What was
did.
your porn name?
My porn name was River Jordan.
River Jordan.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. Because I used to spill my load like a river. Soak 'em I used to.
You were actually a
Soak 'em.
porn star?
Yeah, mate.
Really?
Yeah,
You look like one. You look like you could be
Yeah,
one.
you know it could.
You look a
know
little
I could.
shady,
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
shifty.
No, very, very shady. Exactly. No, but you learn a lot of very tough lessons on a porn on a porn set.
How many women have you slept with?
Guys.
2.
How many? Not really. You can tell.
Two.
This is just
My mother
these are
and
just
your
friends.
mother.
It's only you and 60,000 people listening. How many people have you? I
I've
can
never
tell you my
counted.
number. I'll
I've
tell you
never-
my number. It's been. I'm going to say 150.
150.
But I'm 48 years old. Okay. Now, if
Jesus,
you
man. And you
look
didn't get
back
laid
over
for-
40, if you look back over 30 years, 150. That's
That's a lot for a ginger
that
person.
is a lot. That's a lot. All right. I got a pen.
That's a hell of a lot for a ginger person.
It is. Did you pay for him?
I paid for 3/4 of them. Okay. All right. You want me to get up?
Does,
All right.
d-
Okay.
does that actually count? When you count the women that you slept with, are you allowed to count the ones that you've paid? How does that
Oh.
work? Rudy? No. Does it count?
I have no idea.
I don't.
Brilliant.
That
We-
is
we
a good
need to get-
question.
we-
That's a
we-
good
it's a good
question. Because if
question.
guys are bragging about how many women they've
Yeah,
had,
right. So
you
like
can't
when-
count prostitutes.
When
'cause
Charlie Sheen says he's slept with 1,000 women, if he paid for half of those or all of them, does it actually count? No.
I have to. That's a great question.
'Cause
I have
I
to
don't
ask all
reckon
of
it
my,
does.
I have to ask all of my friends that gave me a number now of how many were prostitutes.
I think
Well, no.
penetration is just penetration.
And how
so
many
it doesn't
were
matter if you
relative?
No,
paid or
but
not.
to me, it's the seduction. It's actually being able to get somebody past the fact that I've got a massive, huge nose and actually want to sleep with me.
Okay.
There's the real hunt.
Have you ever had a woman want to fuck you with her nose?
God,
Or her with
Jesus.
your nose?
Actually, I'm gonna direct you to a film that I directed and starred in, actually,
Nose fucking.
called Nobody Knows.
Nobody.
But Simon, that was one of your jobs, though, wasn't it?
It was actually,
actually inventing porn names.
I worked for a very highbrow porn studio, and I used to invent porn titles. That's right. They used to give me the content, and then I used to have to come up with names for it.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
What's one of your famous ones?
Oh, Jesus. One of my famous ones is I had to come up with... they tried to make this like quite a street cred porn film, which they failed completely. So there's a lot of skateboarding in it. And there was quite a lot of anal in it as well. So I called it Fuck Me Indie, right? Indie Arse.
Okay.
That went down very well. Although I remember the silence at the board meeting when I put that across. They went, "That will never work," and it did, of course.
What else did you do? Did you do any others?
Oh, fuckers and fuckwits, all sorts, mate. I can't remember. I mean, it's so trashy. It's such a trashy job, but I loved it, and I spent. It's the only job where when your boss walks behind you and you're watching porn, he's going, "Nice one, mate." Or if you're not watching porn, he says, "What you doing, mate? Watch some porn." It's a great job. I loved it for that.
Do you know?
You know what? You become desensitized to it after a while.
Yeah. Do you know who the largest purveyor of porn is? What age group?
What age group purveys
what age watches the most porn? How old is
the
the audience of porn? The largest watchers of porn. How old do you guys think? What do you think? How old is the largest watcher of porn? What age? What number? Give me like one age. What?
20.
20? 12. 12, yeah. 12. 12 years old are the largest porn watchers.
Well, we actually found out from our market research that some of the biggest audience we had were actually paraplegics and cripples. No, don't laugh. That's good. It was a service because these people actually found it difficult to actually go out into the world and get the sex. And so we acted as a kind of a virtual fantasy purveyor of porn and I thought that was, I loved it. It's almost, I feel that I could almost talk to St. Peter's at the gates of heaven and say, yeah, but I was helping out cripples, mate.
True, yeah, that's actually quite nice.
I just had a little tear come down my eye from that.
I think I'll just come in your face, mate.
Oh, boy.
That's pre-cum, mate. It's just pre-cum. So can we talk about something that isn't sexual?
Well, considering all the material that I asked you guys over a week ago is give us some information, it was just sex.
Do we have anything non-sexual? What can we talk about? How about like the keys to happiness or the meaning of life or something?
Can I tell you
let's
something?
go deep. Let's
do it. Let's go deep. You guys,
let's go balls deep into philosophy.
Let's do this. I wrote an article on the 3 keys to happiness, and I got a bunch of hits on Facebook, 1,000 shares, whatever. The 3 keys to happiness, okay? Because I got my degree in engineering, and I made money, and I bought a Lamborghini and 3 Vipers and houses, and I was not happy. So I started searching. I started skydiving to get some passion in my life, and I discovered there's 3 keys to happiness. And it's have what you need, do what you love, help other people.
Bullshit.
But most people think it's money. They fuck a bunch of bitches is what you're trying to say, right?
Yeah. On a load of coke.
Have what you need, do what you love, help other people. Not buy a bunch of... Most people in America, when they make money, they make more money, they start buying bigger things. They get a bigger car, the house gets bigger, the kids get bigger, the doors get bigger, the wife gets bigger, the TV gets bigger. I'm like, you don't need a bigger TV, get a smaller living room. How about that? You know, people, they buy a big TV, and then they sit back like 30 meters and watch it.
That's me. Go closer to the TV.
Yeah, buy a small TV and sit back 2 meters. You know, so
saves the money.
That's it. Have what you need, do what you love. You got to find it. They need to teach that in school, like something that you love to do. They should teach that in 3rd grade because kids are getting degrees in
watching the Kardashians.
They're getting degrees, and people are getting college degrees and stuff that they don't even like to do. You know, I got a degree in engineering. I hated it because nobody told me though to get a degree in something that I love to do. You know, so they should teach that. And then help other people, because if you help somebody, it makes you feel better.
If you can go back in time and tell your younger self, what would you tell yourself?
I would have got into comedy when I was 18 and started doing that because it's something I enjoy doing. There's a passion for it. I don't have a passion for making money because it's endless. The more money you give me, I still want more. It doesn't fill you up. So
you greedy bastard.
Talk about porn again?
Yeah. So there was this one time I was on set, right, and the main actress was on her period.
He is talking about porn.
There was a bit of an incident that you had once in a restaurant.
Yes. What, a curry restaurant?
Yeah.
I love curry, me.
Well, it's the English national dish, isn't it?
It is actually. Apparently, it's the most popular national dish of Britain. Yes. Well, that's what you get for being a colonial vampire and conquering half the world. You end up.
But you have to admit, it's like English food is pretty shit.
Yes, it is. Well,
so
yes,
when we invent like a dish, which an English dish is chicken tikka masala.
Chicken tikka masala.
It was invented in London. People think it is Indian.
Was it really?
It was invented in London.
Chicken
and
tikka.
now it's a big.
So why am I saying it with a
national
Liverpool
dish.
I love chicken masala.
Yeah.
That's from England?
Well, it's invented. Chicken tikka masala was invented in London.
But you got
in the
to
60s.
Liverpool accent though. Chicken tikka masala.
That's Scouse.
That's what I said. Liverpool accent.
Okay.
I thought it was Italian.
I had a terrible incident in a curry restaurant not so long ago. Well, summer last year actually. Although you probably see me all in black, and everybody thinks, "You was dressed as in black." In summer, I dress pretty much in Ibiza white cotton, right? Because that's the sort of rock star I am. And one day I was, I'd been up for nights. You know how it is in summer. I've been out for nights, and I was out with some friends for some dinner, and they decided to go to an irreputable curry restaurant at the bottom of the Ramblas, and I did, and we went down there, and we're sitting there, and we're having a laugh, and I felt a fart come on, right? So I'm in this restaurant, we're sitting around, it's a bunch of guys, and I let it go, and I followed through.
Elaborate. What is followed through? Because he does not understand what you're saying right now.
My bum gave way to a bucket of rusty bum water.
Okay.
Now I'm wearing white cotton trousers, right? And I'm stuck down the bottom of the Ramblas, and I live up in Gracia. Now, nobody's seen this happen, and I'm wondering what I can do. And I'm just sitting there going, yeah, this is great, isn't it? Fantastic. Shit, what am I going to do? Damn. And then my food came, and inspiration also came at the same time. I'm looking at a plate of chicken korma, right? And I went, brilliant.
What color is it?
Chicken korma, but it's pretty much diarrhea colour, mate, actually.
Perfect.
It's totally diarrhea colour. Fortunately, it tastes better. And so what I did was because everyone knows I'm a clumsy, I've got a bit of a clumsy bastard reputation, so I just elbowed it purposely by accident and just spilt the whole thing onto me.
That's brilliant.
Brilliant, right? I went, oh, no, look, guys, look what I've done. And everyone's like, oh, you twat, you bloody twat, mate. So I then had to walk up the Ramblas with shit all down the back of my trousers and korma all down the front of
Yeah, but korma doesn't really smell that much.
It was espantoso. It was absolutely... I couldn't even get on a train. I just had to walk all the way to Gracia from bottom of the Rambles like that.
And you're single, right? I can't imagine
I am now.
Can't imagine why.
I am now. So I haven't been able to have a chicken korma since.
Yeah, unless you shit yourself.
Unless I shit myself, of course.
Yeah. So,
as you do.
Dave, are we going to see the return of Corky this time around?
I'll bring him back. I brought a hat out, so I have a new hat, actually. I was doing the red, white, blue, and now I have a leather brown hat, and it's a more sophisticated Corky, and he's going to talk about philosophy. He's not going to be a politician anymore.
Cool. I mean, explain to everyone who doesn't know you. I mean, who is Corky? He's your alter ego, isn't he?
Corky's my alter ego. It's Corky T. Cutler, and I made him up to be a politician for a TV commercial, and I made his name Corky Cutler because he's like a cookie cutter politician. He's like the same as everybody else, kind of ignorant, and he's Southern, and he's just he doesn't know much.
He's a redneck.
He kind of talks like this right here, kind of raised the voice about an octave, and it kind of just talks about. But I'm going to talk about life now, right? So I want to get down to the nitty gritty on things and kind of just talk about the meaning of life. Y'all know the meaning of life? You want me to throw that at you real quick? Folks, the meaning of life is for you to become the best version of yourself you can be. All right?
Amen.
So if you're right here, you take it up to here. Or if you're this guy right here and you're down here, you want to take it like up to here. All right?
I hear you, brother.
That's Corky, and that's not really good Southern accent, but it's all right.
Shut up.
I'm going to work on that off the radio about your accent. But yeah, I'm going to bring Corky back.
Cool.
I'm going to bring him back.
So you did.
It's fun to do it because I kind of dress up like a Southern guy and talk like a Southern guy.
I love when you did Corky, and I also love Dave Celestian because it was like Corky was this quirky character, and then when
he's different, right?
And when you did Dave, it was like what you see is what you get right now.
Yeah, so it's different. Yeah,
And,
for me, it's like Halloween. I feel like I'm dressing up for Halloween. It's like this is why I'm doing this comedy thing because it's fun.
Yeah.
I want to do comedy because it's fun. I don't want to come up here and be all stressed out and all right, I got to try to make people laugh tonight. I want to connect with people. I want to have people leave and happier, and I want to have fun.
So when's that going to happen then?
I don't know yet. I'm still
Brilliant.
working on it. Jesus, this guy kills my flow every time, man. I thought I had it, and then he's just, bam, brings it down. So you got red hair. I know.
No, he's the one who's on you about red hair and ginger balls and stuff.
No, this guy.
I did not say balls yet. That was what I was going to say next. But no, last year when he did Corky, great.
Yeah,
Great
it was
stuff.
cool, right? I didn't know how he was going to be received in Spain because I was never here until I came here last year to do it. So I was very nervous my first time on stage here, and that was after 9 and a half years of doing comedy.
Wow, and
I
you
was
were nervous.
10 years almost. Yeah, 10 years of doing it because it's just I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah, I remember a few times because obviously I'd write down the names of the performers for like the old Pumped shows. And you'd be like, cockatoo cutlet. And then 5 minutes later, you'd be like, no, Dave Celestian.
Yeah, and
then you'd change your mind again.
Yeah,
And
I didn't know what I wanted to do that day.
You're trying to feel the crowd, weren't you, to see what type
trying to figure out what worked. I mean, I've bombed here, of course. I've had shows where it didn't work.
See, everybody who's performed comedy has bombed.
There's no rhyme or reason. You think you're going to do great one day, and you don't do well. And then the next day, you break up with your girlfriend, and you come up and you kill.
Yeah.
I've done the best when I had a really bad day, like my girlfriend and I got in a big fight. I came up and I just let it come out. And people want to see authenticity. They don't want to see fake. So if you let it out and be real, then people like that. You connect with them. So
cool. That's really good. So looking forward to it.
Yeah. So you get a girl and just split up with her all the time then? You know,
what's that? Yeah, keep breaking up with my girlfriend before a big show. Honey, I fucked the cat.
Yeah.
Right, so we're near the end of the show tonight.
This is the end.
This is the end.
Friend.
After the show tonight, we're going to have Stand-Up Comedy Live, which is going to be the premiere.
Aquí.
It's going to be right here. We're going to record it, and it's going to be released as a podcast. We've got 7 amazing comics, including both of you. Dave, you're doing 10 minutes tonight, aren't you?
And I'm going to go home and crash for 17 hours.
And Simon, you're performing for the first time in quite a while, actually, aren't you?
3 months.
Loser.
No, I've been busy on my pot plants. I didn't want to. They needed all my attention.
How many pot plants are you allowed to grow legally? Is there a limit?
No, not marijuana plants. No, just like yuccas and stuff.
Yuccas?
Yeah, yucca. No,
potted plants.
I'm actually a hypnotherapist as well, and I had to concentrate on my business of curing people of their ills.
Nice one. But we have to cut it short there now because we're going to get kicked off the air.
I think that's best.
The next track we're going to play is actually a local band from Barcelona, but they're actually both 2 Colombian guys. And they're actually setting up a new band over there. They're going to be doing a bit of a tour, and they're actually quite good. It's called the Aurora Project. Listen and enjoy.
Thanks, Benny.